Hello everyone, NW Order for Life with 7 Deadly Sins, episode 10 review. The episode was really good. Starts off with Meliodas and Ban and King trying to get Dianne's sacred treasure. Um, and they're in this tournament, fight whatever, so there's Hauser, the Holy Knight is there. They Bond tries to come up with fake names, so he names King Old Fart Osan, and he names himself Ba'an, and Meliodas is Meliodas. But it's effective because Hauser doesn't realize that they're seven deadly sins. He kind of suspects them because of the way they look, then because of the names, he just totally ignores everything, which is really funny. But there's this girl with a like a cloak on her head. Well, she's wearing like the same clothes like Elizabeth wears, but her face is covered by a hat, not a cloak, like a hat. And she's like a really good fist fighter, or whatever. And she gets through the the preliminaries, and Bond gets through them easily. Hauser gets through them easily. So does Meliodas, and King does too. And then this other drunken old man, and then this other guy, which I forget his name now, but he's a holy knight in disguise. Well, not in disguise, but he's just a holy knight too. And so then we get to the matches, and it's um, the young girl versus the holy knight guy. That his power is like he makes a shield, an impenetrable wall to strength and magic, and he wants to push this girl out of the ring. But then this girl is like, "There's no way I'm gonna let that happen," and she cracks the shield with her fist, and then she goes inside the bubble and she uppercuts him in the chin and finishes him off. And then her hat flies off as he flies out of the ring, and we find out that it's Dianne. And yes, Dianne, the seven deadly sins. She's not a giant anymore. And actually, what I forgot to mention is in the very beginning of the episode, there was a scene where Dianne and um, Elizabeth were out looking for food or something, and Dianne tries to get this giant mushroom, and this mushroom spits like spores all over. So now that's what happened to Dianne, is that those spores changed her into normal height, the height of a normal girl, and Elizabeth has been shrunken down and is hiding in her breast because Elizabeth doesn't have clothes that she can use at that height, but Dianne is using Elizabeth's clothes. So Dianne, pretty much King and everybody else figure out that that's Dianne, except for Meliodas. He doesn't figure it out. She gets upset about that, but King goes after her, and that's when we find out Elizabeth between her breasts, and we find out the whole story. And then we have the fight with Hauser versus this other just random fighter guy. Hauser beats him with this like whirlwind uppercut thing that sends the guy flying, and so literally makes me like wind around his arm, and kind of like Jin from Yu Hakusho sends the guy flying. And then there was King versus the old drunk guy, but King leaves his weapon with Meliodas, and King is completely useless without his weapon, so he gets beat by the old drunk guy, which is kind of funny. And I mean, it's kind of weird because you would think like King, even without his weapon, would still be somewhat dangerous with his magic, but he apparently didn't use his magic for the majority of the fight, and only at the very end was going to use magic, but like got smashed in the face instead or something. So yeah, it was pretty silly, but it was fine. And then we have Princess Veronica, was the is Elizabeth's sister, and she's looking for Elizabeth, but she sent the Holy Knight guy with the barrier ability to this tournament, whatever, to go find Elizabeth. So Hauser talks to them, and Hauser finds out that they're the seven deadly sins in the tournament, and he gets all excited. He wants to go see what they can do. And Meliodas and Bond are about to fight because they're matched up in the semifinal round or whatever. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But it was a really good episode because there was comedy involved, and of course we get this plot point now with Elizabeth and her sister. Her sister is obviously not against the Holy Knights because she's using Holy Knights to find her sister, and she seems to be like she's in control or in command or whatever. So it looks like she must disagree with Elizabeth or whatnot. So that's interesting to see. And Diane is a small girl. Oh, that was really fun with Diane too because she was like she wanted Meliodas to grope her, and she's like, oh, we can have kids now and everything. So. And Meliodas is just like patting her on the head and be like, look, I think of you as a very special person to me, so this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to pat you on the head. And she just goes right into, oh, we can still have kids, Captain. And like, she don't get it. She don't get that Meliodas is totally not sexually attracted to her, but it's funny nonetheless. And yeah, so it was a great episode. Giving it an 8 out of 10. And yeah, so let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments below. The characters, what stood out for you, what you're excited about in the future. And please give me a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe for more videos in the future. The next 7 Deadly Sin episode review is coming up, and that's the final one, and I'm all caught up. So with the 7 Deadly Sins. So thanks, and have a good day.